With a silent stare, racing through the open air, he's without a care. Oh, everywhere you look, he's right on time. Moving to the beat. Can you feel the heat when the tigers kiss on street?
Anesta 12 and A just followed.
It took me 10 years to find the answer to something. I forgot about it in 2 seconds. That's about it.
Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? So, First of all, thank you very much for the follow, Anasta. I think I'm saying that right. So I have some more, like, did a little bit of design work. Did a little bit of off-camera work. I can open the document real quick. Okay. And I have a better idea of kind of what I want the game to be, so... First of all, today I'm gonna try to work on adding targets. And then I also want to add a stationary turret. Just so that the player, we actually have an avenue for the player to die. So for that, we're going to need this turret sprite. Can be the turret base, and we're also going to want the turret gun, which is going to need an idle animation and a fire animation. And then we want it to be following. No, I will not kindly follow back. If I like your content, then I will follow. But I'm streaming right now, so I'm going to stream. Okay. So we need the turret sprites, and we're also going to need to actually implement the functionality, so we want it to rotate towards the player, so gun, rotation. We're also going to need it to be able to fire, and then gun, and then turret explosion, or turret death. The targets, we're going to need... Oop. We're going to need them to be able to die, so we need a target sprite and target death. Target that. Okay. Turret fire. Try to implement the... Before we even deal with sprites, we should probably just implement the functionality first. So today I was editing the daily YouTube short over on the YouTube. And I got a reminder of how absolutely just batshit insane Metal Gear Rising is. There's just so much silly stuff that happens. This is one of my favorite moments from the game. Wait, let me just...
What's happening? Your heart rate spiked.
Who thought of this?
Yeah, I just dodged a bullet.
What in the world? What a, like, I swear, the MGR devs were something else, man. I don't know if a game like that can ever get made. Again, like, that just, it's so unhinged. I love it. I love it. Okay. Circle. No, I'm not gonna follow back. Circle collider. This does actually need to be a collider. Although I guess we could do a trigger, that'd be fine. Yeah, let's do a trigger. And let's get some more circles in there. Smaller circles, 0.75. We can make it a little bit more target-like. Boop. Okay, that works for me. We'll call this target. Gonna move it over here. And it has a collider. Okay. Trying to think how I actually want to do this, because I think I'm probably gonna have a sprite. It's gonna be like, or not a sprite, a script. Just gonna make a target script. We're gonna wait for Unity to completely reload the domain. Just Unity things. Come on, Unity. Okay, there we go. It's in public. Int health, although it should probably only have 1 health. I think we're just going to basically gut all of this and then just have an on collision enter, or on trigger enter maybe. Yeah, on trigger enter. And then I think I have the bullet tagged. I'm not actually sure. I do not. Okay. Player bullet. Okay. If cold dot tag, or can I do? I think I have to do game object dot tag equals player bullet. Then we want to destroy this game object. Destroy game object. Now, if I make sure that everything is properly tagged. I think this is tagged. Nope. Come on. There we go. And if I drag this onto here, enemies, target. That's not right. Oh, come on. Okay. Ordered layer, 1, 2. There we go. Now it should properly be ordered. Perfect. We should probably also destroy the bullet when that happens. So, destroy cold.game object. Boop. Nice. Though I also wanted to react to the throw pistol. Actually make this an on collision enter. Because I want the throw pistol to like bounce off of it. Oh, come on. On collision. Is it working? On collision enter 2D? Please. Okay. What did I misspell? Nothing. Alright, you know what? That's okay. It doesn't matter anyway. Okay. I'm also gonna make a player throwable. Player throw object. Player throwable in. And then else if it equals player throwable. Then we're just going to throw the target. Which is it's the game object. Okay. I have to tag all the throwables. Where are you? Player throwable. Player throwable. Perfect. Yeah, that's not right. Why doesn't it work? What is the distinction between typing it out and having Unity autocorrect it? I'm so confused. It should be fine. What? I don't understand. What's the difference between these two functions? What? Unity, what in the world? Okay. You know what? Whatever works. Doesn't matter. It's so weird. Do they have like a special character or something that they insert? Okay. So it's a trigger now again. Okay. Okay, tag enemy. I think I am actually, I'm gonna make this a collider, which means I have to go back in here. And then have Unity create the function, because if I do it, then everything breaks for some reason. Good one, Unity. Good one. So weird, man. So weird. Okay. Let's play a throwable, then we're just going to destroy the game object. Okay. Where's the throw pistol script? Projectiles, I think. Or wait, just throwable. Okay. If dot game object dot tag equals enemy, then it should bounce equals true. Target enemy. Okay, so this way it should bounce, I think. Well, not if I instantly kill the dang target. It does! Okay, it does bounce. Nice. basically what I wanted. It's pretty accurate. Okay, wait. In the debugger, I'm gonna... Let's go prefabs, let's prefab the target, and then in the debugger, I want to be able to create targets. So, where's the debugger? Scripts, debugger. Not pick up spawning, but I do want to be able to spawn enemies. I feel like the debugger script is getting complicated enough that it may justify just creating a console. I've been thinking about that, because that way I could also have, like, teleport to level, or teleport to place in level. I think that would... It's probably gonna be better if I do that. Not today! That is a huge project. Or is it? Okay. This is gonna be enemy spawning. And now public pool enable enemy spawning. Now I want the target spawn key. I can get rid of that, and this is going to be the target prefab. And now we basically just have to do the exact same thing as we did with pickup spawning, but we just gotta do that with enemy spawning. Basically the same thing. Enemy spawning, and get rid of that. And then it's going to be the target enemy prefab. I think we're doing the target enemy spawn key. No, come on. Target enemy prefab. Thank you. Okay. So now if we go to the debugger and we enable this, okay, probably not F2. Let's set it to, this is minus equals, let's set it to like left bracket. I don't know why I can't just scroll. I have to click the little arrow every time. Come on. Left bracket. And then go down to prefabs. We need to drag in the target. Awesome, okay. I want to try something. So if I throw it like this, then will it bounce? Oh, come on. Okay. No. Okay, so if I throw it, I gotta get the right angle. What I want to do is I want to throw it and then have it bounce between targets. It should be possible. It is! That's silly. Okay. I'm happy with that. Let's get an A sprite and create a target. Not 16 by 16. Let's make it like 24 by 24. We need to load palette. I'm gonna create another layer so that I can measure things. So it's 24 in total. Go like 6. That's this line right here. Okay. Now 6 on the other side is right here. And now 6 down. The reason I'm doing all this is so that I can line up the circle correctly. Like that. Now we're gonna put another small one in there. Oh, oops. I think I want to make a little bit of a bigger circle, so we're just going to move these all one out. We're going to go down to this and grab white. There we go. Alright, now I want to go like 8 in on either side. Right there, right there. Maybe 2 over. Now we need to go 8 in here. I feel like an architect or a carpenter whenever I do this. Although, I don't know if that's accurate. Have you guys ever seen an architect or carpenter just work? It's actually insane. I've had the pleasure of doing so, and they don't even measure half the time. They just know. They look at a board or anything, and they just immediately, through experience, know it's like, yeah, that's 3 inches with 16th added on top. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? How do you know that? It's absolutely bonkers. Okay, I have a silly idea. What if we split the target up into a bunch of different, like, shattered pieces? So I'm actually gonna make this like 32 by 32, just so I have a little bit more space to work with. And then we need to load the correct palette. Copy. Let's duplicate. What? Okay. Come on, let me move it. There we go. And we're gonna merge this down. Merge down. Merge down. No. Merge down. Now if we get rid of all of these, yep, we have it on one layer, so I can copy this layer, bring it over here. That should be centered. Now let's shatter this baby. Okay. Just gonna move the pieces out. What? Hey, Jaden Olds, how are you doing? Whoop. Okay, there we go. Let's grab this bit. Okay. What? Where did this pixel come from? What in the world? What happened here? Okay, we're just gonna get rid of it. It's fine. We didn't need that pixel anyway. Nope. Come on. Come on. Okay. So now we have it shattered into a bunch of pieces. I just need to separate them a little bit more so that Unity doesn't throw a fit when I import it. And grab this piece, move it over a little bit. Should be good. Now, okay, target broken. Okay, we gotta export these. Target enemy, perfect. Yes. Let's go for Unity. I need to snatch this from my game dev folder. Go to art. We have to format these things, because of course you do. So it's 32.
Luna VTuber 7 just followed.
Hey, Luna VTuber, thank you very much for the follow. Hey, Mystic Bum, how are you doing? Glad to see you back. Working on the target right now, which is like the first thing that the player can actually kill. Hello again, Jaden Olds. Okay, let's open the sprite render. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. This is gonna take different pieces of the other ones, because all the boxes are squares. Dang it! Okay. Miserable, I gotta find IP addresses in use for a customer who wants to know if they are using their static IPs, which makes no sense because the customer has to assign the static IPs to the device to use them. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I have no idea what that really means, but I wish you the best of luck in figuring it out. I used to do a little bit of IT work, and yeah, it's the joys of networking. I used to do a little bit of IT work, and I did some graphic design, and dealing with clients that do not actually know what they want because they don't understand what they're doing is very infuriating. It's the joys of networking, and the engineer that built this network isn't in today. Oh no! I wish you only the best of luck. Okay, I gotta open a spread and I gotta make this a little bit bigger. So we're going to canvas size, do like 64, 64, and then need to separate all of these into nice little squares. Here. Now, file. We're actually gonna make it a little bit smaller. Let's make the height like 32. Perfect. Okay. File. Save this. Let's export it. Yes, replace it. Perfect. Okay, so it's like if you asked me where you saved the sprite for your game that you uploaded to GitHub, but GitHub is a Linux server that only shows you things that match the exact name of what you're looking for. What? Same exact problem. Okay, so you have to find it, so it's like finding a needle in a haystack, basically. You're given no information, and then they're just like, we need it. That's no fun, man. Yes, but it's a needle that the customer had to physically place to use. Oh, so it's a needle in a haystack, but the customer put the needle in there, forgot about it, and it was just like, I don't know, man, find it. That's messed up. That sucks. Yeah, yeah. That's a bummer. Alright, we got a 32. No point filtering. No GPA. Alright, apply that. I'm gonna try to drag all the pieces in and reconstruct it. Just like that. Oh, that's what that pixel was. Went right there. That's like roughly, right? Also gotta tell you, these are enterprise customers who pay thousands a month to us, as well as their own private IT teams. So not only do they have a team for the IP to track it, but they clearly didn't even know they needed. Yeah, that's a lot of mess ups. There's a series of unfortunate events that led to this. That's how Fortune 500 companies operate. I guess, man. Sucks you gotta clean their stuff up, but... Let's go prefabs. Get rid of this. Let's go to the art. Drag you in here. And now gotta set the radius to be a little bit lower. Yeah. Probably better to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm happy with that. Don't get me started on VoIP. You know, I kind of want to get you started on VoIP, I'm going to be completely honest. Because I've heard people use that term before, but I don't really know what it means. Voice over Internet Protocol. You deal with phone systems too. Still don't really know what that means, but I'm just gonna presume it's a pain. And customers can't even keep track of how they want their phone system to work. Well, that's no good. Okay, so we have it reconstructed. Now we just need to basically go into the target script and make it explode. Okay. I don't think I want to do this. I could just add a projectile script to all these and then make them projectiles. I mean, that would actually work fine. Yeah, VoIP is for big boys only in the tech world, but everybody gotta use it and it's not user-friendly. I can only imagine. Best of luck with you and all that, man. Does not sound super fun. Trying to figure out a way for these not to collide with each other, and also, I think I'm just gonna have to create another layer. I don't really know if I want them on the pickups layer. That would be fine, actually, if they're on the pickups layer. Should probably be like particles or like extras. I think that would probably be best. Have you done any 3D games? Yeah, I actually have. On my last game, A Short Survey was in 3D. Which, if you want to play that, I have a new command. Games. There you go. Have you done much in world generation? Nope. I did some research on world generation for a game that was in development with a small team, but eventually got scrapped. That's gonna be your big problem down the road? There are a lot of different ways that you can do it. Usually just, it's matching noise. Like, usually it's noise. This I'd recommend if you, like, need to research one thing. Just research, like, different noise patterns, how other games have done it. Like, Minecraft used noise for their biomes, they also use noise for their mountains and caves and stuff like that. They actually use 3D noise for caves. I think counterintuitively, I won't be building the world until I figure out the rest of it. Because I have an idea. Okay, I'm listening. Okay, these are all layer. Good, good. I need to go project settings. Where are you? Physics, and I don't want extras to... I don't really want extras to collide with, like, anything besides default. Layer, enemy. Okay, I'm going to set that to enemy, and I don't want those to collide. Edit project settings. Don't want enemies to collide with enemies, and I don't want extras and enemies to collide. Okay. Games like Minecraft, who just generate biomes and stuff and smash them together, generate very small, inefficient biomes in between some larger ones. I want to avoid that problem. How do you... I have not done a lot of research into that, so I do not know a good way of doing that. Do you have, like, any idea for how you're gonna do that, or...? So I think I want the biomes to all be relatively the same size before building the world. But if I want multiplayer, I also have to consider processing times for player actions in any given area. Okay. You want them relatively the same size before building the world. What does that mean? Eve solves that problem efficiently, but how do I do that in a sandbox survival without being janky? I honestly have no idea what Eve does. I haven't played Eve. I know very little about Eve. Oh, I need to apply all. Perfect. So how does Eve solve that problem? Right, you give rigid bodies to all these and projectiles to all these. Okay. There's an indie dev trying to build Eve offline that I play too. Eve offline? What? But Eve sections off space into sectors that you have to gate between. Too many players in one area slows local time down. Okay. Asterix Imperium. Eve offline. That's a very funny concept. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's literally the description and goal of the game. That's really funny, actually. Eve offline. I love that. To be Eve, but for single player? I mean, I'm sure you can do it. I don't know how engaging it would be. To my knowledge, like... Isn't most of the appeal of Eve that it's like a sandbox, or not a sandbox, but like a social sim game? Am I mistaken in that? Come on, paste component is new. And then I need a polygon collider. And then I need to edit this. That's not a bad approximation. Check it out on Steam. It works okay, but it's gonna break gaming if it goes on private server. I think small private servers is the next generation trend for gaming. Why MMO when you can just play with friends? I'm gonna open Steam and actually just look at this real quick. It's called Asterix Imperium. Okay, let's watch this trailer real quick. It definitely looks a lot like Eve. Hmm. Like Homeworld and Eve with economies, faction, story. Okay. Hmm. A game where I could set all the parameters and the universe would come alive with new challenges each time I played. I tried to take the best of what I liked from many of my favorite space games, combine them into something simple but yet deep. Familiar yet fresh, and enjoyably addicting to play. Interesting. I bought it and I get games like that to see how they work, if I like a mechanic or not. That's a really good way to like experiment with things. I don't know if anyone here has actually watched or still watches Extra Credits, but I remember a very long time ago they released a video called like Playing Like a Game Designer, I think it was called. And they talked a lot about like stealing mechanics and stuff like that. It was mostly about like how if you really just want a mechanic or like to see what a game's about, you only need to play for like 15 minutes for most games. That's what a lot of designers do, just like steal mechanics and figure stuff out. You know why I have this grand idea, but very little programming knowledge? I do not know why. Oh, now I know. I do want to warn you again, and it's your choice to heed this warning. It is not generally a super. If you want to release a game, if your goal is to learn, you'll probably learn a lot by making a huge game. But if your goal is to release a game, working on a huge game for your first is probably not gonna get you there. It's not gonna be your best shot. I'd recommend making even like just a few small games and release to no one. My goal is to screw around and anything worth its salt will be released open source. Okay, yeah, if you're just like messing around with stuff, I think your approach is awesome. I always my perspective is biased towards releasing the game because that's what I'm doing right now and that's what I'm focusing on, so take what I'm saying through that perspective. Okay. No, come on. Okay, and then I just need one more. Paste component is new. I gotta edit this. We're gonna go down to like 3 points. Yeah, I'm slowly listing all the things I gotta figure out how to do this. It's an extensive list right now, but I'm adding details as they come. That's the best way to do it. Like, I have a game design document for the game now. And it is very bare bones. Like, if I just scroll through everything real quick, it's very bare bones. Like, I have, like, Katana Zero. This is not actually done. This is done. Ignore basically everything else is placeholder. Because this is all from what I copied. Stole a template. But it's gotta work from nothing, then start. No pictures. I mean, hey, if it works for you, you're the only one who needs to see it. I should show you my rules for Siege. Your what? You have rules for Siege? What do you mean by that? What do you mean you have rules for Siege? Oh, I didn't copy. Face component is new. The game I told you about? 5 pages of movement? Oh, yeah! That's called Siege? Okay. I thought you meant Rainbow Six Siege, and I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah, we have all the colliders. Yeah, send them to the Discord. You can put it in the show off your work channel. I don't know if you're in the Discord. Let me... Discord, there we go. So you don't have to scroll up. Send it in there, I'll take a look. Okay. So we have the collider now. Looks so beautiful with all of its broken parts. I'm just gonna make it explode into a bunch of different pieces. So, public game object. Make this an array. It's going to be target shattered pieces. Just gonna call it shattered pieces. Then I want a I could just actually make a class which is going to be shattered projectile. And then public game object, and this is going to be the shattered piece. We want a float. It's going to be the shattered velocity or launch rotation. And now what a bunch of shattered projectiles. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, so it's not serializable. I need to... No. Is it system? Using system? Yes, serializable. Perfect. Alright, time to get a virus. Alright, now that you've infected my computer, let's read this. Finished work section. The game I created for those who don't think chess is painful enough. It really is 5 pages. 6! 6 pages! Cannon Dragon Barb? Archer, General, King, General. Barbarian. I thought you just misspelled Bard. I'm gonna be honest. General, King, General. Okay, so it's mirrored, it looks like. We've Paladin, Siege, Lieutenant, Priest, Sergeant, Zealot, Cavalry, Catapult. Just wait, my favorite move is the Religious Railgun. What? I'm sorry, I'm scrolling through. What is the Religious Railgun? Control F. Zealot. The Zealot moves exactly 2 spaces diagonally in one direction. Zealot is not blocked by friendly pieces, but is blocked by opposing pieces. When moving, a Zealot may land on another Zealot or Priest. This will give an additional move to the Zealot based off the piece it landed on. If it bounces off a Zealot and gains an additional move as a Zealot, if it bounces off a Priest, it will have additional movement as a Priest. If the piece bounces off, is blocked, then the additional movement from the Zealot will be blocked as well. This effect can be chained. This effect is called Religious Railgun. What? The priest moves exactly 2 spaces orthogonally in any one direction, and may bounce off a Zealot or another priest with the same rules as this for Zealot bouncing. Because you can launch your Zealot back from your back line to the front in one move. What? What in the world? Cavalry, this the cavalry move in this exact fashion: one space orthogonally, then one space diagonally. Outward from that space, the movement of one cavalry is not blocked by friendly pieces, but it is blocked by enemy pieces. The for diagram for clarity. Notice the cavalry cannot move to the O spaces as they're blocked by a pawn. I thought that these were the spaces that they could move to, but no, okay. So it's basically a knight, but it can't go over things. It's just a worse knight. Catapult. What? It moves any number of spaces orthogonally in one direction. The catapult is the only piece that is not captured the same way it moves. In order to capture an opposing piece, there must be an intervening piece between the catapult and the target. What? So it has to go over a piece to take it? It's a Chinese... I'm still never saying that right. Guangxi Knight? I'm probably not saying that right. I'm butchering that horribly. Catapult jumps over a piece to capture. Also from Guangxi. I'm still not saying that right. Dragon. The dragon... What's the difference between Guangxi chess and shogi? Or shoji? Oh yeah, the Sky Knight? What in the world is a Sky Knight? Where is that? Ah, it's not. Okay. Confuse a paladin and a dragon? Of course you can! What? The Sky Knight can move like a paladin of the two diagram. The Sky Knight can move to any space with 3 spaces. Sky Knight is considered its own piece and can capture paladins. The Sky Knight can move... Can paladins not capture? All paladins belong to... Okay, they cannot execute another paladin, but a Sky Knight can execute another paladin. Can they go over pieces? Sky Knight can move over castle walls, but must stay within the castle to check the king. The castle? What? Yeah, last 3 rows of your opponent's ranks? Why did you make this? Your castle's where your pieces start. So this. Why? Why did you make this? I was drunk and I didn't think chess is... You were drunk and you made this entire thing. Okay, that's genuinely impressive. Oh, you edited it sober. Okay. That's why I can read it. I see. Dude, that's bonkers. That's very impressive. But I never expected to ever see anything like that in my entire life, to be completely honest. I'm glad that I did, though. It was very funny. It was very silly. I switched to... Oh, okay. So now it's RPGs. I see, I see. Is that how it happens? Okay, so the target, I need 6 of these. Alright, so it's like 270. This needs to be like 250. Wait, no, that would be like 270. Because rotating counterclockwise. When I go up, what happens? Okay, so it'd be more like 105. And then should really just start from, like, the closest to the start. So we're gonna go, like, this is... That's 2. Let's go, like, you know, 6. Like, that could probably just go, like, straight, right? So let's set, like, 0. You just gotta save enough to really lay down... Okay, what? I got it playtested by my local game store. We got about 8 games in, so it works really well. You gotta save enough time to really lay down war against your opponents. That's actually really cool. Again, I cannot believe that something like that even exists. But I'm kind of glad that it does. That's very funny. It's neat that you did that and then you actually properly playtested it. That's actually really cool. Local game stores are awesome. Like, I'm not gonna invoke the name, but we have one out here that it's just one dude. It's always like a couple of people and just super nice guy. Super, super nice guy. Like, if I wanted to release a game, like, if I wanted to put this game on his shelves, I bet he'd let me. I literally built tabletop RPG games on the fly to entertain groups. That's really cool. Okay, we're gonna go like 60. And then for this one, we're gonna go, whoop, where are you? Okay. Let's go like, yeah, 110. Yeah, I got one called Scrapper. It's universe post-apocalyptic, and you don't level, you just keep adding more dice to your rolls. People love it. That's really cool. I don't think I've ever met anyone who just does that. It's really neat, man. Maybe the closest I've ever got to that is Dungeons and Dragons. There's like 160. Yeah, like 160. Yeah, D&D nerds love rolling more dice, so I just build the system around it. I've been playing D&D since the early 90s. Since the early 90s, it just comes naturally to me. I think I could probably have this game built if I didn't have ADHD. Yeah, second edition? Dude, what? I wasn't even born when you started playing D&D. Okay. The more I've been interacting with people in the, like, game development ecosphere and community and stuff, the more I'm realizing how incredibly young I am in comparison to everyone else. Like, um, for instance, Darth, super cool dude. I'm actually gonna be working on a game jam with him, but he is a decently regular chatter. He was talking about like he's like in his late 30s. Dude, you're ancient? Bro, I helped stack Rome. I'm starting to believe it. It wouldn't surprise me. Okay. No. Come on. This needs to be like negative 210. It's gonna need to be like 210. And then this needs to be like let's go like 2 eh 240. $245 actually. Animation is gonna be the part I hate the most. I wish I could just plug and play simple attacks assigned to buttons and do things and test. Only if we could just do that with everything. I really, I really hate that there's not a make game button. I'm really holding out for that. Yeah, no, stuff's hard, man. We are going in that direction. Eh, kinda. I don't know. I'm more hopeful than most. Call me a fool. Whoa. Okay, it's gonna be like 305. Most people are like really doom and gloom about the tech industry right now, which is definitely a bummer. Like, there's a lot of things that are happening that are a total bummer, but I don't know. Maybe I am a fool. You gotta later different pieces so that it just breaks when you shoot it. That's tedious. Yeah. I just got all done with all that, so now I just need to get the rotation and then add the thing. So, when we destroy, we're actually going to call, not out of the class, nope. We're going to call a function, which is going to be private void destroy target. It's going to destroy the game object after we spawn everything. Want to destroy target. Okay. It's going to create a for loop. It's going to be int I equals 0. I is less than shattered pieces dot length and I plus plus. Can you save that whole object with layers and copy that for multiple targets now? Yeah, it's a prefab. So it's the same. It's the same for all of them. If I grab another target, everything's in there. It's the beauty of prefabs. A lot of people are also using scriptable objects now, which is something you can look into. I don't exactly know what they do, but how do you import prefabs? I grab it, and then I drag it into the scene. To create a prefab, I grab it from the scene into here. I drag it into the scene into the assets. It's super easy. And then if I want to edit the prefab, then I can double click on it, and then in the scene view, it'll open the prefab. So the prefab was built into Unity already. The prefab system is, okay, a prefab is literally just an object that you can instance multiple times that's in your assets. So, for instance, when we want to spawn something, So I want to spawn the target. I get the target prefab. And to create that prefab, I just drag it into here, which creates a prefab. It is a object that is disconnected from the object in the scene. It is its own thing, and then you can instance that object, and you can change the variables on a per instance basis, and it won't change the prefab variables. Okay, I misunderstand by what you meant with prefab. This is called a prefab. This is the Unity prefab system. I'm not sure if that has meaning in, like, other circles that I don't know, but there's the Unity prefab system. That's what I'm using. Okay, so we need to instantiate shattered pieces. I was more concerned with getting external objects into Unity to use. How do I say that? Shiz check bap. That's what I'm going with. How is it going, check bap? Right now we're working on a target. I want it to split into a bunch of different pieces whenever I shoot it. Right now you can shoot it and it just dies. Like, it just disappears. But I want it to explode. I'm doing pretty good. Streaming, I'm having a lot of fun. Okay, so it needs to be transform dot position, and then identity and dot identity. What are my plans? So, overarching game plans are what I'm doing today. Today we're gonna make the target, and then we're gonna try to make a stationary turret. The overarching plans are in this document, which the basic pitch of the game is it's a fast-paced 2D action game where the player can only shoot one bullet per gun. So the player has to kill an enemy to get their gun to get another bullet. And if they miss their bullet, so... what is your problem? Okay, we're just gonna get rid of that for the moment. So right now we have movement in, and we also have throwing, firing, and punching. So you can fire, you can throw the gun. There's also throwable objects. And you can throw objects into walls, things like that. Throw them at targets. And then you can punch. Kind of like Rage from Minecraft. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't know what that... I've never heard of Rage from Minecraft. Hey, Dorians! Will I release this game on Steam? Yep, that's the plan. My current goal is to release it by the end of 2024. We'll see if that happens. That is a... It's a maybe at best. Okay. Why is having a problem? Ooh, yeah, I need dot game object. Oh, dot shattered case. There we go. So you got a bow and one shot, one kill. If you miss, you got a problem. Yeah, kind of like that. One in the chamber is what I know that as. Okay, so we're instantiating it, and then we need to get a reference to it. How do I actually do this with the bullet? I just fire the projectile. Okay. Okay. And now we need to get stealing this way. I think it's in the aim script. I don't want to redo this math. No. No. Where are you? Come on. This. Yoink. Wait, I know I need to do the opposite of this. Ugh, okay. Well, time to whip out MS Paint. Okay, so what we want to do, we have a triangle in the unit circle. Come on. And it's at some angle delta. So this is the angle delta. What we have is the angle. What we need is this point. So we have the delta. We need that point. We can create a triangle with this, and then we can use the trig identities. I'm about to go full nerd mode on you guys, so beware, alright? Okay. So we'll call this x, y. I think we're also going to need the length of this, which is just 1. So we already know, because it's the unit circle, so this is a length of 1. So we have side, so we have the hypotenuse, this is the adjacent, and this is the opposite. You know, you always thought that you would never use math, and then you become a game designer, and then you use math every single day. It's cruel. It's a cruel reality. So we need adjacent and and opposite. So what we need is cosine SOHCAHTOA. So cosine of theta is going to equal it's going to be adjacent over hypotenuse. So it's going to be, we're going to call this is the x, and this is the y. And this is point xy. So we need x, so it's going to be x over hypotenuse, which we already know is 1, so it's going to be x over 1. So it's just going to be x. So we're going to need to get the cosine of theta. And we also need the sine, which is going to be y. The sine of theta is going to equal y. Okay, so our point is going to be cosine of theta, sine of theta. Will you stick with 2D after the game releases? I don't know. What do you mean by that? Like, am I going to make more 2D games, or am I going to change the game to 3D? Probably never changing the game to 3D. That's not happening. I might make 3D games after this, I don't know. I haven't planned that far ahead, honestly. I don't even have this game entirely planned out. I mean, after this game is done, yeah, probably just gonna be... Oh, what is the problem here? Oh. Dot get component. Probably... Maybe we're 2D, maybe 3D, honestly, I don't know. I've done some 3D games in the past, and by some I mean I did like one. I want to experiment more 3D. I really love 3D platformers, and I'd love to make one of those at some point, but that's really difficult. Like, very difficult. So, we'll see. So, vector 2. Velocity vector is going to equal new vector 2. Actually, I need the vector 3 for the velocity, I think. No, I do need a vector 2 because we have a rigid body 2D. And I need to get the mathf dot cosine of our angle theta, which is shattered launch rotation. So shattered pieces, we need to get the current instance of that, dot shattered launch rotation. And we got to do the same thing for sine. And now we need to get the Bell vector dot normalized. What is this problem? It is literally right here. There we go. Okay. The offset is just going to be the Bell vector times 0.1. Okay, I'm actually going to create a public float shattered pieces spawn offset. And then we're going to slot that in here. So with this, this is just a scalar. What a scalar does is that changes the magnitude of a vector. So if you'll allow me to nerd out on you again, which you don't get a choice unless you click off the stream. Like, rapidly click Control Z. So vector, we use them in games a lot. It is a line. It's a point with both direction and magnitude. So let's say that we have a vector in this direction, and it has a length of 1, then that means that it's a magnitude of 1. What a scalar does is it changes this length so that we multiply this vector
Shish kebab
times
just
2.
followed.
Thank you very much for the follow, Shish Kebab. I could not read that properly at all. Then this is going to increase the length to 2. So the magnitude would be 2. That's what we're doing here. We're just taking the vector, which is the velocity vector for this, which if we go to the projectile script, it doesn't matter. It fires it in that direction. And then we're offsetting it just a little bit. Used to work for vector. Did you have both direction and magnitude? Were the movies right? Supply all. Vectors aren't real, they're hypothetical. We're not getting into that, okay? Not today. We don't need metamath. This would kind of be metaphysics. Math isn't real. Shut up! Shut up. We're not doing this. We're not doing this right now. You're not sending me into an existential crisis. I won't allow it. It didn't work. Dang it. Why not? Oh no, I don't have a rigid body attached to any of these. Dang it, okay. I have to go to prefabs, target. I have to attach a rigid body to all of these. Rigid body 2D. It can be discrete. Increased power, maybe? Okay, tomorrow? Joke's on you, I will be streaming tomorrow, Sunday. Okay, Sunday. More power. We don't need more power. It's fine. It's fine the way it is. Okay, I need to copy this. It's copy component. Then we gotta paste. This is new. Paste is new. Paste is new. Paste is new. Okay. Now, it should work. Now, there should be a rigid body. It works! It totally works. That's really cool. Although they're not going in the exact direction I want it to. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit all over the place. Okay, just figure out exactly what's wrong. I'm actually going to turn on my debugger. We're going to change the time scale to be a 10th. Okay, I'm regretting not putting the target closer. There we go. All of these are going in like one direction. Like one slightly different direction. Why is that? I messed up here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First of all, there are 2 of this element. Yes, there should be 7. Now decrease by 100 and magnify. Decrease what by 100? What are you on about? Let's apply this. All of what? All of the pieces are going in like almost the same direction, except for this one. And that one. First of all, that one should be going down, not right. It's all wrong. Come on. Okay, I need all of these to, like... Let's print current instance. Let's get the shattered pieces dot game, or what is it called? Shattered piece? Oh, shattered pieces. I need the current iteration of the loop dot name plus velocity vector, which is going to be bell vector. Okay. Now this should hopefully tell us what's wrong. I know exactly what I'm going to do with my comments now. I'm going to add little notes for how much life I wasted on each section. Just in your GitHub, it's just like, it's been 3 hours. And then you can just list off like how much money you could have made working at McDonald's. And then you can convert that into how many McChickens you could have eaten. And that's the real measure. I don't think I need to normalize this, because it's already normalized. Or at least it should be. Maybe that was causing weird problems? No, it didn't actually change anything. Does mathf.cosine, does it take in radians? That may be the problem. I wasted 12 days trying to get this part to work. It doesn't. Good luck. Now it's a feature. That would be... I'm just imagining, like, someone reading through your code base, or you reading through your code base, like, 5 years later, and you're just like, what was I on about? You sound like an actual crazy person. That'd be deeply hilarious. You should do that. Sometimes I've thought about, like, making a journal and then just, like, making things up. So then me in 10 years could be like, what happened? What? Did I forget all of this? And just, like, drive my future self crazy. I could gaslight myself. Okay. Math f dot cosine. There is something wrong here. In radians. Dang it! No! That was my problem. Okay. Times math f dot degree or degtarag. Man, okay. Now it should work. Oh, I already sound like a crazy person. Well, you're halfway there. Now you just gotta write it. There we go! That worked way, way well. Okay. I'm very surprised how well that worked, actually. No. There we go. No! No outline, solid fill. Okay, there we go. It worked perfectly. I'm very happy with that. I need to change the offset. The offset is a little much. Target. We could set this to like 0.05. We're gonna apply that. Is that an error I saw? It totally works. Oh, dude. That's very silly. That's awesome. Okay. We're done with the targets. Okay. We're halfway through the stream. I'm gonna take a quick break. Oh, finally, I can clock out and bother streamers on Twitch. Should throw the gun when he's out of bullets. He does. What are you talking? What are you on about? He does. The next time you fire, he throws it. Then you can also throw it. Wait a minute. If I just like add enough of these, that totally. Oh, this is fantastic. It's all coming together. Because it randomly fires. This is so silly. This is very silly. I'm so happy with that. Still gotta work in the stationary turret. But I'm out of water, and I need to run to the bathroom, so I'll be back in like 3 minutes. Set a timer for you guys. Be good while I'm gone, okay? Don't burn the stream down, please. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. The stream didn't burn down. All is good. Okay. I need to stop the timer. There we go. Still running in the background. We finally have the target done. Let's go work on the stationary target. I'm very happy with this. Just spawn a bunch. It's left bracket. There we go. This is so silly. We do have a lot of particles happening at the same time, though. I hope that doesn't, like, cause problems in the future. It shouldn't. It'll be fine. I tell myself. Now, if you know anyone that can help with building a chess AI, I could turn the Siege into a Steam game. I have absolutely no idea, man. You're gonna... Best of luck, alright? The Sebastian League is a good video on that. I don't know how much help it's gonna be, but hopefully some. Okay. Stationary turret. So what I want for the stationary turret is open up paint. Literally, I just need like a stand. And then there's gonna be the gun on top. And then it's going to aim towards the player. And then shoot after a little bit. There's gonna be like some aiming time, so it takes a little bit and the player can react and they can kill the turret. And that'll be our first enemy, just gonna be stationary. Like, I'm pretty sure the bulk of game data would be the computer AI, like a terabyte with all the pieces and moves I have. Like, I can't machine algorithm learn that. I don't know, man. You did this to yourself. Alright. I do not have a solution for you, I'm sorry. It's way over my head. Well, that's why it's a board game, not a Steam game. You could just make it only multiplayer. I mean, like... That would work. It would kind of... You could release it for free or something. I don't know. Okay. Let's create, like, the turret base. This is the base. We're just gonna make this, like... very dark. It is still... should still bounce off the background, like you can see it. Alright, good. It would have to be a hot seat. It would have to be hot seat and online multiplayer, or you'd never find an opponent. Online requires server, though, and that's maintenance fees. Yeah. You got a hard problem, man. I don't think you have any easy solutions. It's a neat game, though. Come on, what? That's fine, I don't care. Host a server would have to be part of the game. Yeah, probably. Turret, gun, pivots. Going to be renamed to turret, gun. Okay, and I need this scale to like 0.25, 0.75. And we're gonna rotate this. Just need to offset a little bit. Okay. Keep in mind, we're going to make sprites for this in a moment. Right now, it's gonna look like hot garbage. So that's why I wouldn't need to maintain server to keep the game working. Yeah, I mean, that would work. I know plenty of games do that. Okay. Let's add a capsule collider. Two works fine. Also make like two here, so it's a little bit chunky. Let's make like a red circle to show. Just like the gun tip. Like 0.25, 0.25. It looks super ugly for a moment, but we'll fix it in due time. It's an egregious color. That's a little bit better. Is there a way we could build it so someone else could add their AI? I have no idea. Hey, how's it going, Nerdical? How are you doing? Right now we're trying to make a turret. We got our target working, but found the stream while working on my game. What game are you making? Doing good right now? Good. I would love to see your game. Is this... what? Is that command not working on YouTube? Come on. There we go. It's a little bit delayed. If you have the time, you should join the Discord and send it to show off your work. We have a channel in there so that you guys can show off your work and I'll show it on stream. If you have anything to show. Takes a little while. Maybe I should try and build it? Go ahead, do it. Build your mangled chess experience. Just for the experience or something. I have no idea where the game is currently. Or currently going, but I have jumping and basic dash. But it's definitely going. That's good to hear. That's where it starts. Have you thought about making a game design document or anything like that? Probably not. but I'm honestly just trying to get basic stuff going. I would implore you to try to make some sort of game design document. It can definitely help. Or just like something to reference. Just to have some direction. I actually have a really good template. Let me find it for you real quick. It is not my template. It is... Let me snatch it and send it to YouTube chat real quick. This is what I'm looking for, or what I'm doing right now. Yeah. This is the one I'm using. There's a tutorial on how to build a board game in Unity. Might be easier than you thought. Good, good. When you have anything, like, playable, show it off in the Discord. I'd love to see what we're working on. How it goes. Actually play the game that I read about. Okay. So we gotta get this thing rotating. So, in the enemies, let's create a new... Ah, come on. A turret. Let's get a few public variables. Let's get public. Let's get the rotation speed. I want the... Wait. Or like shot cooldown? Shot cooldown. We need the bullet prefab. And then we're going to need private reference. And well, if we just attach the script to the aim object, then I think we should be able to handle everything from there. So the gun pivot object, right here. Okay, turret. And then using our gun aim script and the player aim script, let's do this. Where are you? Come on. Turret. Did I do some fixed update? No, I did a normal update. Okay. We need a reference to the player, so public or probably private name object, player object. No, I probably should just have a public reference. Player object. As much as I hate having exposed variables like that, but okay. Don't need mouse position. We do need this. We don't need this. Okay. So instead of mouse position, what we actually need is the player position. Player object dot transform dot position dot x. We gotta do the same thing here. I don't think you would want to play this game. It would take your whole day. How long, when you playtested it in your local game store, how long did each round last? Because you're saying it's gonna take a day. How, you said you got 8 rounds in. How long were you there? Transform dot was smoothing it somehow. What was it? Yes, this. Okay, so we need the rotation veil, which just needs to be a private float. Private float. Rotation velocity equals 0, and then the aim smooth time. Aim smooth time. So now it should always be aiming at the player. Hopefully. Where are you? There we go. Like 0.05 or 0.5. Drag the player object. We don't really need a bullet prefab object yet. Can deal with that later. That's not right. That's super not right. What in the world? Set this to 0 so it just happens instantly. Should be aiming at the player, but it's not. What? Why are you aiming at the player? What in the world? Getting this rotation. Player object. Nope, this needs to be Y. There we go. Now it should be right. What if you upped the starting rotation? For what? Okay, now it is aiming at the player, just not aiming correctly. Okay. So now I need to subtract that by 90, I think. So I think there's a 90-degree offset. There we go. Now it's aiming at the player. Perfect. I mean, it looks like kind of hot garbage, but no matter. Okay. It's definitely working. And now I just need to have it fire the bullet. Fire position. Just gonna rename that. Now we need to make another prefab for enemy bullets. Let's rename this enemy bullets. I'm gonna make it like a more deep red. Kind of like that. That should be better. And now in the turret, we're gonna drag that in there. We're gonna add some smooth time. And then should probably take a couple of seconds before shots. We still have them actually firing, but we'll do that in a moment. Alright, now it smoothly aims towards the player. Nice. Very nice. Okay. think I'm gonna clamp rotation Z. Because I kind of don't want it, like, aiming down like that. It's very weird. Let's have a health bar. Right now I'm thinking that everything is just gonna have 1 health, besides, like, really chunky enemies. So no, I don't think it needs 1. Okay. So it's aiming down. I'm not sure how to get this to not aim down. We'll deal with it later, it doesn't matter a lot. That makes sense. Might add that to my game. What kind of game are you working on? Like, you said that you got, like, basic dash and stuff like movement done. But what specifically are you working on? Give me a rundown of all the details you currently have. I know you said you were in pretty early stages, but I'm still curious. Let's edit this. Don't really want that printing every time. Yep, okay, let's get rid of that. Perfect. Okay, so where are you? Prefabs. Number prefab should just have the projectile. Yes, okay. So the very rough idea is a melee combat parkour thing. Okay. So like a beat 'em up, like when you say melee combat, like exclusively melee combat or mostly melee combat? Are there gonna be like combos? Is it gonna be like a 2D brawler or beat 'em up? Or, and then for parkour, are you going more like Katana Zero levels, where there's like not a whole lot of platforming, or like Mega Man, to where it's a lot more like precision platforming? Like beat 'em ups, like beat 'em up but with style, like Devil May Cry but 2D. Okay, that's neat. Okay, so angular drag, that's fine. So the only thing we need to access is the projectile script. So let's add a timer here. So private shot timer. Let me call this shot time. Yeah, I really need like some documentation. Yeah, writing your thoughts out on paper is very important. In my mind, I call it like paper testing, because once you have your idea out on paper, you can start actually tinkering with it and thinking like, oh, does this really fit well with this, like in my mind's eye? But when it's all in your mind, it's a lot harder to like pick out different pieces and start playing with ideas. It's very important to create a game design document. It doesn't have to be a giant game design document like what you'll see for a lot of older games, but it does need to be something concrete that you can put your ideas on and then take bits and pieces out and start playing with it. Okay. So we have the shot timer. We're gonna do that in fixed update. We really don't need that going on too much. Also need a private pool is aggro. How do you spell aggro? Aggro, yes. Okay. Okay, so if player object, oh, oops. If player, and you still just need to do like vector to dot distance. Going to be player object dot transform dot position and transform dot position. Okay, if it is less than or equal to, we need an aggro distance public float. Aggro distance. Then we want to set use the aggro to true. And otherwise, we're going to set use aggro to false. Hey, how are you doing, Tannerlat? How's your day going? Okay. We have his aggro, and now we need to actually only get this if we are aggro. Probably, yeah, that. Perfect. Okay. So, if use aggro and shot timer is less than shot time. Come on. Then what to increment shot timer. It's going to do plus equal time dot fixed delta time. And ooh, I could probably not actually do that. If is aggro then we want to fire bullets. We need to define this outside of this. There we go. Okay. Transform dot Euler angles dot C. Okay, perfect. Okay, we need to fire the bullet, which means we need to instantiate the bullet prefab and then give it this direction. Okay. So we're going to instantiate want projectile instance. This is going to be the bullet prefab. Transform. No, I want this to be the fire position. So we're going to get a private transform to the fire position. In the start function, we're going to get this from the children, so fire pause equals the component in children transform. And this will just look through the hierarchy, and then, oop, if I go back here, it'll get this right here. Also the turret gun. That'd be a problem. Because it might get either one of these, and that's gonna be a problem. I'm just gonna have to assign it. That's okay. I'll live. And then find a way to not assign it later. That's the real answer. Okay. Just making sure that all of these are defined, so we don't run into weird problems later. Now I want to do it at fire position dot position, and then quit turning and dot identity. Actually, let's just do transform dot rotation. Wait, what's the problem with this? Oh. I need to get the components. Get components. Projectile. So what this is going to do is it's going to create an instance, a bullet instance, and it's going to get the projectile script on that, and then we need to fire that, fire projectile, and we need to pass in the projectile vector and the relative offset. It's going to be 0, or vector. Is going to be transform dot position, and then we're gonna put in the fire pose here. Okay, fire position dot position. Okay, they should fire the bullet at the player. See if this works. It didn't work. What? Why is it just rotating? What are you doing, man? That's not right. That's not right at all. Okay. It's because I forgot to set the aggro distance. Dang it! That'll do it. Let's go like 2. Okay, I didn't actually do this properly. We want to set the shot time, or shot timer, to 0. And we set aggro to false. We also want to set the shot timer to 0. Actually, probably we set it to true, although that's not going to work. And is aggro, or and not is aggro. Else if player distance is greater than aggro distance, and we are is aggro. Okay. Should all be working. How's it going, Larry? Just a Miku fan. It's a good name. Okay, the player... that's not... What happened? What? Okay. This is just horribly wrong. Oh, it's firing 1,000 bullets! That's not right! What? That's super wrong. And it's not even in the right position. What happened? Oh no. Okay. Yo, this is awesome. I'm glad you like it. Thank you. What in the world? How did that happen? First of all, pretty sure this needs to be local position. That's the first problem. And the second problem, why did it fire so many? But shot timer is greater than or equal to. I see. That was the problem. Okay, hopefully now it should fire correctly. We'll see. Won't just explode into 1,000,000 bullets. It's firing the bullet, it's just not doing it right. The offset's still wrong. The offset's super wrong. Okay, we're just gonna vector 2.0, and then I'm gonna set this to the fire position. That should fix it. I hope. Just getting weirdly offset for no reason. Shouldn't be. Okay. No. And when the player's not in range, it just spins around forever. Okay, we got some problems. Okay, I'm gonna slow down time. It's firing every 2 seconds. The timer works. It's not firing in the right position, though. Which is super weird. And now we wait. This is taking... Okay. Let's edit the projectile script. Petition to Story of Undertale to be the theme song for the game. I don't think that that would be legally allowed, as good as it is. We're into some legal issues there. So I'm gonna have to veto that petition. Sorry about that. Okay, I want to just print the position. When we fire the projectile, transform the position. Because something is horribly wrong. The song is awesome. Put it on stream at least. Story of Undertale. Story of Undertale. Oh, I thought this was part of Undertale. I don't think I've ever actually seen this. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay, actually. I think I'm alright. Sniper planked you. Okay. I don't know why it's spawning weirdly. Let's see if it'll actually help. It'll tell me what's wrong. Because now we fire the projectile. It should be giving us... Nope. Debugger, stop. There we go. Okay. This is too good, am I right? What in the world? Okay. It's firing at the player position, I think. It's firing at the same position every time. What? Why is it firing at the player position? That's so not correct. What is happening? Okay. Fire position. Okay. Oh. Oh, that's a problem. Wait, why wasn't it erroring? It should have just errored. What in the world? Okay, it's still not working. What? What is happening? There's so many things wrong with this. With this thing with a red dot, just to remind me of a turret from Portal, I don't know why. I could add a red dot, that's actually a good idea. It's just not working. What is going on? Okay, it's instantiating it. I think that this actually needs to be the fire position, or we're gonna run into some weird problems. It's firing in the correct position, or it's firing in the correct direction, just not firing from the correct position. It doesn't make any sense. It's very weird. Is it getting parented or something? What's happening? Is that Game Maker 2 or Unity? It's Unity. Why is it firing from the player position and then outputting the same thing every time? This is driving me bonkers. Okay. The gun still works correctly. That's good. This is just wrong. This is just deeply incorrect. Why is it spawning from the player position? That doesn't even make any sense. That shouldn't be possible. What? What am I messing up? Fire position. Okay, we're gonna get the bullet prefab. This is fine. Am I changing fire position? Nope. I need to get rid of that. That might cause problems? I don't know. This is just the vector angle. Is it because it's not normalized? Because I don't normalize it here. It's because it wasn't normalized. Dang it. Okay. That makes sense, actually. Dot normalized. Okay. Reality hit me now and my head said you look like Cherma. Oh no. It's still firing from the player. Please. It is. What? What? Wait, no, it's not. It's not firing from the player anymore. It's just firing from this offset. That's not right. Okay. Let's do transformed opposition. What happens then? I don't know why it's going on such a weird offset. Everything is just not right. I think I know who you are. I think I know who you are. Okay, now it works. What? Okay, perfect. Fantastic. Alright, you gotta follow the rules in there. And see ya. Have a good night. Okay, it's firing from the correct position now, I think. I'm pretty sure. Okay. I don't know what... Where is the script? The script is on the gun pivot, which is right here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I am still very curious why that's happening. Okay, let's go to here. I'm gonna set the order in layer to like 7 so that we'll be able to see it on top of everything else. So right now it's breaking in a way that it shouldn't be able to. Which is pretty typical for things that I make. Okay, now it is firing from the correct position, I think. Like, roughly. And then it starts spinning, which just isn't right. Okay. It's firing from the right place now. Good there. I just need to stop the spinning. If I just do this, is it gonna be okay? Is it gonna work? Actually, let's just set it back to idle, so... I'm just gonna set rotation Z equals 0. Just actually do this. There we go. So that way it'll just rotate back to the position that it started in, which is up there. So let's do negative 90. That's gonna look a little better. Or I could just set a thing here, so let's do... I'm gonna move this down. Gonna be header. Let's add a header here. It's gonna be firing. We're gonna add a header here. This is going to be aiming. We want a public float idle rotation. We're gonna slot that in there. Okay. It's negative 90. Now the player's not in aggro range. It should just aim to the left. That's not right. It needs to be 0. I think. Or 0 is going to be to the right. Maybe it needs to be 180. Yes, it needs to be 180. Okay. It's not firing from the right position. What are you firing from? This is so just not correct. What? What is happening? I thought that it would be easy. I was like, I'll just make it rotate. It'll be fine. Nope. Joke's on me, I guess. What in the world? Okay. Instead of doing this, we need to actually fire it from the position that it's facing. Which is going to be mathf dot cosine transform dot. I'm just gonna make ROTC a private float. There we go. Come on. Private float. Z, that's gonna equal 0. Okay, and then we're just gonna set Z equal to the idle rotation. As a dyslexic person, you can never do this. Props to me. I feel like it would definitely be a lot harder. But I feel like you could do it. There are a lot of like different fonts that make it easier, or things like that. I feel like if you gave it a concerted effort, it'd be possible. It'd be very difficult, don't get me wrong. You would have to work twice as hard as everyone else, but I feel like you could do it. Okay, this is the side. And now it should fire in the direction that the gun is actually facing, and not the direction that it thinks it should be facing. Okay, kinda works. They'll just stick to Blender modeling. That's fair. What kind of things do you usually 3D model? Okay, just super wrong. What is happening? Wait, why was this wrong? Transform dot rotation dot, or Euler angles rather, dot Z. Okay, no, this is what I need to do. I don't need the ROTC, what I need is the transform.EulerAngles.Z, because that's the actual rotation. ROTZ is just the rotation that they're moving towards. So that means that I can get rid of the class-wide declaration. Usually techie things like controllers or robots, just because the sharp corners make them a lot easier to model quickly. It's really neat. If you want to, I would love to see some of that. And send it to the Discord. Okay. So now it should fire in the correct direction, finally. Finally. Yeah, we have a show up your work channel, so send in there. Nope, didn't fire in the correct direction. Why? Why, Lord? Why must you spite me? Oh, wait, okay. Wait. Okay. This needs to be minus 90. Because it currently has an offset of 90 degrees. Because it's facing up. Thing. It's either plus or minus 90. If it's plus 90, this is just going to be in the opposite direction. We'll fix it in a moment. Okay, it's aiming towards us. Okay, fire. Wrong direction. But it's definitely working. Okay. So, plus 90. Okay. Okay, it's finally firing in the right direction. That's very good news. Only took like an hour of trying to debug this. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I have it rotating. I kind of want the rotation to lock, like a little bit before they fire, so I'm gonna probably rename this to total shot time. Rename total shot time. And then I want a public lock in rotation time. Now, if right in that, the total shot time, and then else if the lock in position or lock in rotation time, then we want to stop rotating this. We don't really need to even do this in update anymore. I think we can just transfer all of this to fixed update. It'll work just as well. So, else. I think for this I can get one more. No, that's the smooth time, that's the max speed. I need to access the delta.
Screw_it_let's do it redeemed forced exercise. 10
Forced
push-ups.
X. Oh, wait. You guys are gonna have to bear with me for a moment. I forgot to set that up, actually. Dang it. Where are my cords? Ah! I can't believe you. Wait. Give me like 30 seconds. I need to configure my entire room for this. Okay. I need to open up IV cam. And enable debugging. Okay, perfect. Hello. Only reason I did it is because I started to force myself to lift weights, lol. I'm actually going to the gym immediately after stream. Okay, wait, one moment. I need to move stuff. Because I got a shelf that I have not... You guys can hear me. I got a new shelf. Because I have a giant cord box, basically, and I want to actually organize those. But it's currently on my floor. Okay. And push-ups. There we go. Exercise cam. There. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna drop and give you 10. Two. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Ugh. There we go. Okay. Exercise cam. Off. Thank you for that. Mark's completed. There we go. Okay, back to what we were doing. We need a reference to... Because right now this is going to be based off of delta time. We need it to be based off of fixed delta time. Yeah, so it seems to be time dot fixed delta time, and this is going to be math f dot infinity. Okay. Well done, soldier. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's just not right. That's not right for so many reasons. What? Oh, man. Oh. Oh. Oops. That would explain it. Okay. So now it locks the position right before it fires. Okay. You know what? That works. And now we just gotta actually have the player die. And we also gotta make a sprite for this, but... Let's deal with the player getting hit first. So... I currently don't actually have a way for the player to die. What I think we're gonna do is probably just restart the scene. That would work. Player death. Gonna add that to the player. We pretty much just need a on. I just realized something. This is the player bullet. This needs to be enemy bullet. Because that way it'll actually interact with the player. Because player bullets do not interact with the player. As funny as that would be. Currently I have it disabled because it was just super annoying. I don't want the player to be able to kill themselves right now. We might mess with that later, but... Okay. It did not actually hit the player. Is that because this is a trigger? No. Is it missing the collider? Oh no. What I think may be happening, because the player's position is right here, it's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit higher than what the player actually looks like, so I'm gonna have to have an offset. Okay, let's go to the turret. Everywhere I'm referencing the player's position, I'm gonna need to do minus vector 2 dot down times like 0.25. What is your problem? Come on. Okay, there we go. Why not set the position to fire at that follows the player's position? Because I didn't think about that until you said it. That's why. Rename player fire tracker. And then, do we actually already have something like that? No, not really. It's gonna create an empty, which is going to be fire tracker. And we're going to offset that by like 0.5. That's a bit much. 0.4 seems to be good, but yeah, let's do 0.4. And now for the turret, we're going to have it follow the fire tracker. That way it should fire, at least in the general direction of the player. That's a hope, at least. It is. But it is going right through their hitbox. How? This is continuous, right? Yeah. And it's not a trigger, but it's going directly through. Is it messed up in the project settings? What? That's a tag. Oh, I'm so silly. It's on the player layer, which the player layer cannot interact with the player layer, so that I can have things that won't interact with the player by putting them on the player layer. Hope you got all that. Now it does. Now it launches the player. That's very silly. Also, I don't know how I feel about the fact that the gun can get thrown up and then fall down. That's not good. I'm gonna add that to the list real quick. Throwing gun. Only stick at high velocity. Okay, it's on the list. Okay, so we're having hitting the player. Now we just have to kill the player or have some kind of death state. Player death. We need on collision enter 2D. And then if collision dot game object dot tag equals enemy bullet, then print you died. Perfect. Should be the only thing on our console, so we should be able to find it. Okay. It works. It definitely works. We're still... I need to access the projectile script real quick and get rid of that print statement, because we don't need it anymore. There we go. Okay. Come on, anytime now. Okay, so we're killing the player. We're just using Unity engine.scene management. We're going to scene manager dot load scene. Going to be scene manager dot get active scene. Done it. We're dot build index. Build index. There we go. Now we just have to add this level to the build settings for everything to work. Which it may already be in there, it is. Okay. So now it's just gonna restart the level every single time we get hit by a bullet. Which is suboptimal, but it functions. It's a functional player death state. Alright. What? That's not good. Oh, come on. Yeah. Unity input system, the way that I'm using it, Unity screams at me whenever I use the scene manager and load a different scene. I had the same problem with my last game, and I never came up with a solution for it. Yep, why is it only some things? What? I don't understand. Okay. I don't know why this is a problem. Adam, one of the regular viewers, actually did send in this into the Discord, which may fix my problem, so I might try implementing this. Adam's fantastic. He knows way more about Unity than me. He comes in and he backseats me and saves my ass a lot. Okay. So, he was just using the functions, like these, I think. On down force. Yeah, right there, on down force. I don't know how that actually works, though. Like... Okay. This example I have in a .input actions file. When I want to receive input events in my own script, my player setup looks like this, using the player input component, which comes with the new input system behavior set to send messages. That's what we currently have. It's already set to that, which is how I even have this script working. So if I go down here, it's currently send messages. But I don't know where these messages are sent. I don't know if it's just to the game object or if it's global. I hope it's global. That'd make my life a lot easier. Okay. Within my own script, there's no need to store references to anything related to the new input system. It's just as simple as defining methods to catch the relevant messages the player input sends to all components on the game object. Inside my player script, where it is in the above screenshot, this is all that needs to be done. So we literally just, if you can see this, this is the function message that the player input is sending, and then this is catching that. It's possible there's an extra step I've forgotten. Okay. Let's experiment with this. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I really hope it does. So, we go to our player. I'm actually just going to take a screenshot of this component and then send it to like my own personal Discord just so I have reference to it. And we have a bunch of different functions. Okay, we have on device loss, don't need those. On horizontal, on down. I think I'm going to do on horizontal or on horizontal. So currently have the horizontal input. If I just do on horizontal, okay, I should get rid of this. I'm gonna see if I can do the same thing. So private. So is it a public void for him? What did he do? I think it might have been. No, it's a private void. Okay. Private void on horizontal. How's spaghetti code going? It's going fantastic. Also, it's not spaghetti. It's like linguine, okay? It's a little bit different, come on. Give me some credit. Noodle has to be a little bit thicker. Okay. And we just need to get this, basically. Input value dot read get? Yeah, I think that get. Okay, what's the problem? Fettuccine is bigger than spaghetti. Look, the noodle's thicker, so it's more coherent, okay? It's not quite spaghetti code. There's less threads. He just does, like, value is pressed. I don't really want is pressed, I want to get the value. Okay. I want to get a float. And now, if it works, then we should be able to move horizontally, and if it doesn't work, then As someone who used Scratch 8 years ago, I understand everything, and this is embarrassing. It works. I don't know what this is. What is the problem here? Wait, what? Oh, it's Unity graphs. Unity's just breaking. I have to restart it. It's that time of the stream. What's embarrassing about it, huh? Also, welcome to Stream Chat, Gregory. Coming with your arms swinging. Okay. Hopefully it shouldn't randomly error. Unity just decides to error. Just because it feels like it, I swear. Oh yeah, everything works completely fine. Adam was, once again, entirely correct. Who could have guessed? I kinda can't believe that that worked so easily. That's awesome. Okay. I can got a ton of the parts of my code now. I'll never touch Unity with a 30-foot pole. What do you use? Let's do it. Come on, Unity's not that bad. Unity's not that bad. Now, like, the monetization and the fact that if... Wait, let me look at this real quick. Unity plans comparison. This is some hot garbage. Look at this. Splash screen customization. Fully customize or completely remove the splash screen. Bro, you have to pay more than $2,040 a year to get rid of the Unity splash screen in the current version of Unity. Good one, alright? Good one, Unity. What? Nothing yet? But that new Unity policy makes me avoid considering it? Yeah, I totally understand that. If I were to recommend anything, it would probably be Game Maker right now. Game Maker is a super powerful tool. And also, where are you? Where are the pricing? Yes. Here we go. So Unity changed their, or not Unity, Game Maker changed their pricing. No, it's not RPG Maker. Game Maker, if you've ever heard of Katana Zero, Undertale, those games were made in Game Maker. If I can go to Showcase. There are a ton of games, a ton of fantastic games. Undertale, Katana Zero, Hyper Light Drifter, Forager, Hotline Miami, Nuclear Throne, Webbed. All these great games, they were all made in Game Maker. And it's completely free to use, so you can learn it for completely free. And then if you want to upload your games and actually make money off of them, you can upload your games for free with the free version, totally fine. If you want to make money off of it, then it's only $100 one time. And if you want to upload to consoles, then it's $80 a month or $800 a year. That's really not bad. It's probably the best deal in the industry right now. That, like, besides Godot, which is free. Just free. It's completely open source and very free. So, you know. Yeah. I'll have to look into that one. Yeah, Godot is completely free. but Godot is very hard to learn, so I would not recommend it. Definitely better than Unity now. Yeah, absolutely. Like for beginners, I think that Game Maker is gonna be a lot better. Unity does have a lot of tutorials, but honestly, the main reason we've been using Unity at this point is because I'm so used to Unity. That's how they get you, okay. I've been thinking about switching over to Game Maker, but it's a lot of hassle, and I'd have to completely relearn an engine. And I don't know if I'm ready for that. I might try like some small side projects in it before I completely port everything I've been doing over. We'll see though. We'll see. The Unity has a lot of powerful things like Cinemachine and TextMesh Pro, which is really good. So I don't know. It's kind of a gamble. It's weird. Okay. So we have the turret working. Let me go down here. We have gun rotation. We have the good firing. We don't have player death really. We need player death. But back to what we were doing. We were changing all of our input over. Okay, so the only thing that we have here should be... I don't think... Do we need to use this? Okay, yeah. Alright. And then... There shouldn't be too many other scripts. I think it would just be maybe player crouch. Does that get it? Yes, okay. So it's gonna be player crouch. Player dash. Player punch. Player vertical. And then I think player aim. And those should be the only ones that we need. Okay. For things like this, I think I'm gonna have to do on fire. Let's just convert it like one function at a time. So we're gonna do private on fire or private void. Nope. And we need the input value. And let me copy all this. We want to get if input value dot is pressed. I want to see if it was pressed this frame. But go to the Unity input system documentation, so that can help me. Okay. Workflows, no. Actions. Input bindings? Maybe? No. Don't care about supported input device. It's not what I need right now. Editor features. Don't need that either. Events? Probably. Control F. Value. No. Alright, now we get the fun part. We have to look through a bunch of documentation for the one part that we need because they didn't properly organize it. Gotta love it. Okay. Maybe it's better in the new versions? Yeah, I was lying to myself and I knew it. That's okay. Reporting and responding to actions. Input. Value. Nope. Oh, Unity.
Screw underscore it underscore lest we redeem to say the one part. You mean the One Piece. The One Piece is real, you know.
The One Piece. The One Piece does exist. I watched just a little bit of One Piece. I have not seen a whole lot of One Piece. Hey Arlo, how's it going? I'm doing good. How are you doing? We're trying to work with the Unity input system because the way I'm doing it right now is causing problems whenever we reload scenes. So Adam, another regular chatter, suggested a completely different way and then very nicely made basically a tutorial for me. I swear, Adam is the king of backseat programming. Okay. So this is how I'm currently doing it. But apparently there's another way. To where you can use the messages that Unity automatically gives to you. But I'm trying to figure out how to check if they were pressed at that frame. Because we have stuff like this. I'm at work, leaving soon. What time do you end stream? I usually end stream around roughly 30 minutes from now. I've been thinking about increasing my stream time to go to like... So I live in Alaska, so the local time is almost 3:30. I'm thinking about going until like 8. Although, maybe 6. We'll see. Because what usually happens is people will like join the stream towards the later part, and then I leave. Which sucks. Or I might just change my stream time. I don't know, we gotta figure something out. Okay. This is... I don't know how to get just on down, because we're getting... Like, just... Wait, gamepad down? No, wait, that... It's just a command. For the vertical, or the horizontal movement, if I can open that, it worked really well. Because I just read the value. Like this. I just got the value. That's perfect. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to read the value on the frame that's pressed. That's what I'm trying to do. Nope, we're at the player aim. There we go. Wonder if I can get like input action. Is there like a dot context for this? There's a whole lot of not much. I want to see if this is pressed this frame. Not if it is pressed currently. Okay. That's good. I need to find input value somewhere in the docs. But the docs for the new input system are just a mess. A complete and utter mess. Input bindings. Please. Dang it, come on! Control F? Nope, not in here! Please! Please! Advanced topics. Wait, events? Control F? Nope. Why? Why, Lord? I'm sorry, customers came up, but I couldn't hear. What did you respond? So I usually end my stream around 30 minutes from now. I've been thinking about increasing that time to, like, in like 2 hours from now or 3 hours from now. But I usually end around 4 p.m. my time. I live in Alaska, so it's AKST, which is Alaska Standard Time. Alaska is the... You look at a map, if you look at North America, it is northwest. It's the biggest state in the United States. Okay, what in the world? Wait, this might be what I need. Please. Please. No! Come on, man. Okay, so 8 p.m. EST? Yeah, it's usually when I end. Okay, wait, we found it. It's in the input component. Yep, can't miss it on the map. Yep. It's pretty big. For maps that are... Let me find one, wait. United States map. Oh yeah. For a lot of maps, what they do is they just put us somewhere here, like off the coast of California usually. And this has led to a not small number of Americans believing that Alaska's off the coast of California, which is deeply hilarious to me. Damn, I leave at 8 p.m. EST, get home around 8:30, 45. Yeah, that's why I've been thinking about changing my stream times and stuff. Because a lot of my audience, or at least the people that are like showing up in chat, are in like much later time zones than me. Like we have a large variety of people geographically. And if I stream for a longer time, then I can catch more of those people. But we'll see. Okay. So back to what I was doing. Input value. So, getting started. Selecting behavior type from the behavior menu, the behavior type you select affects how you can implement the methods and handle your actions. Okay, so send messages. Use the properties to configure. Use actions, behavior, okay, deep control scheme. Okay. On jump, input value. So, if you're not interested in the value from the control that triggers the action, use the method without arguments. Okay. This is what I want. I want the callback context. Okay, now we're going to get context.was or dot started. Then we're gonna do this. Now I'm just gonna comment out everything. Okay, we're just gonna comment this out. And now if we can still fire the gun, then everything works properly. Which is the hope. We cannot fire the gun, everything does not work properly. Dang it, no! Why not? Ugh, okay. Hmm. Why doesn't this work? Because started just happens. It should be the frame that it started. Print. Rest. Fire. Fired gun. Fire to work. Do you mind giving me a very short summary of what the game is going to be about? I would love to, if I had one. So, the basic rundown, I want the player to go through like a series of levels that have small, condensed action, combat sequences, and have multiple of those per level. So the player's gonna go from one short combat sequence to the next. When they die, they're gonna restart that short combat sequence, which is gonna be a level in Super Meat Boy, or if I had one, I would. Yeah. Or Katana Zero, whenever you die, you immediately go back to the start, or a screen in Celeste, or something like that. And then when they finish one of those, they're gonna move to the next combat sequence, and then rinse and repeat, basically. I also want to have breather levels and things like that, which are just going to be more silly puzzles or something like that. That's my overarching idea right now. Right now the game design document is pretty bare bones, so I basically just have this. This is what I've actually done. I also did this. But if you guys don't know the 5 domains of play, look it up, it's very good. It's basically, if you know psychology, it's Ocean, which is a personality metric system for games. Sounds a little bit like Portal. How long have you been doing these game dev log live streams? A little bit longer than a month. Actually, it might have... it's roughly a month. Your stream popped up in my recommended. What is your game about? So, the game is a 2D action platformer. More action than platformer, but I want to be super fast-paced, and the basic combat loop is going to be the player only has 1 bullet per gun, so they fire the bullet. Firing currently does not work. Let me Control-Z what I did. Okay. Get rid of this. One moment. This is what happens when you're in the middle of development. You also stream? That's really cool. What are you making right now? So you fire the bullet, you can throw it, and then you can punch. So the basic idea is that enemies are gonna have guns, and then when you kill an enemy, you're gonna steal their gun, and then you can keep the loop going. So you have to, kind of like Doom, where you have to keep chaining kills in order to keep your momentum going. I kind of want similar gameplay to that, but more in the style of Katana Zero. How long does it take regular viewers? How long does it take to get regular viewers doing just game dev like this? I don't really know. I have a sample size of 1, and a few guys just popped in the stream and really liked it, and now they stick around, so. I don't think this level design complies with OSHA regulation. Well, you know what? OSHA can suck it. Print. Fired. Well, I've only done one stream so far, but I've started a desktop round-based game on GameMaker. That's really cool. If you have anything to show, or whenever you do have something to show, you should send it to the Discord. Which I'll just put that into the link right now. Discord. We got a growing community in there. If you ever want feedback or help, got a few people in there that'll help. What are the errors? Why are you complaining? Oh. Okay. Okay, so we're not even getting... That's weird. Wonder why that's happening. We're using On Fire, which should be what it's called. Let me check the player input component real quick. Come on. On Fire. That's what it's called. So, private void on fire. It's like the same thing I did here. This works. This works fine. Back to the documentation. What are your problems? Why are you working the way you are? Or rather, not working the way that I want you to. This is totally... should work. It should invoke the On Fire. Maybe if I get rid of that? Maybe the context was stopping it from firing? I don't know. I've never heard the song Zombie Jamboree now. Do you ever use ChatGPT? Not really. If I want... I really only use ChatGPT or AI or anything like that for ideas. Like as basically a bounding board. Gotta tell my friends who also love the type of stuff about your channel. I'd really appreciate that, thank you. I made a simple tower defense game before. Send it! I want to play your guys' games. I want to see what you guys are working on. The On Fire isn't working. Oh no! It's because it doesn't have the player input manager. Okay. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna have to... It's not global. It is, it's just... Okay, well there we go. Okay, well it works. That's good. For some reason, rotation stopped working, which is very weird and should not be happening. Why is that not working? That's really weird. I think I'm just gonna sever all connection with the player input script there. And then we're gonna have to do all of this here. Okay, mouse position input. Ugh, okay. So we're gonna need a on mouse position. I think that's what it would be called. On mouse position? Yes, on mouse position. Okay. On mouse position. Mind me asking what grade / year you're in? Technically I'm a junior university. I'm 20. I look really young. It's my blessed genetics, what can I say? So, I swear, every single time, so, another funny thing, I have a list of diseases that are not usual for someone my age, so I'll go to, like, my specialists, and they'll just be, like, an old lady across from me waiting to see them, and every single time, she's just like, what is a kid like you doing here? Where are your parents? And I'm like, oh, yeah, you know. And I open my mouth, and she's like, oh! What a good young man. I'm like, come on, man. I got asked if I'm gonna start driving soon. I was at the grocery store buying groceries, and they're just like, oh, when are you gonna start driving? I'm like, wait, how do you think I got here? Do you think I walked? You can't walk in Alaska. What? Harley, you're 24 and you look 18. It's a curse and a blessing. Also, let's do it. I will listen to Zombie Jamboree after stream. Send it into the Discord. Because I think I'll probably get copyrighted, so I'm not gonna listen to it. Alaska? Alaska. Yep, I live in Alaska. That's my place of residence. It's cold. It's really cold. That's about all I have to say about it. Alright, pop quiz. Where is Alaska in relation to the rest of the US? You fail, I time you out. How is it crazy to live in Alaska? We don't have a very high population. So people are very fascinated by Alaska. Northwest, okay. Tanner got it! Alright, good. Clearly off the coast. If it wasn't for that cap here, I'm hovering the timeout button right now, okay? You gotta know that. Next to Canada, but also the link in off topic. Okay, awesome, thank you. The Northwest, mostly connected to Canada? Good. Okay. It's gonna be on alt fire. Input context? Yes. This is probably fine. No, that's bad. I need the input action dot context. Because I only really want to do this. Why are you highlighted? Stop. Okay. Context dot was started. Just started? There we go. So if it was started this frame, then we want to check the stuff. I'm about to head home in 10 minutes. Might stream some dev. Go for it, man. Do you have any tips to finishing projects? I have a tip for giving you the best chances of finishing a project before you even start the project. And that's scope small. And keep your game focused. You don't want to, like, add a bunch of, secondary and tertiary mechanics to a game that doesn't really need them. Just focus on making a minimum viable product, which is the minimum viable product you can give it to someone to play, and they will get a general idea of what your game is. Just get in a playable state, let people play it. That should be your first goal. From then, you can iterate on that, and then if you really want to, you can add more mechanics and more things like that. But you just make a minimum viable product, scope small, make a small project, and then release it to people. Whether that's on like Game Jolt, itch.io. If you want to get ambitious, you can upload it on Steam. Let's make a small project. It's too big, you're never gonna finish it. If you do, it's gonna take a very long time. Okay, so gamepad right stick input. When am I getting this? Oh, this is, I haven't implemented gamepad support for aiming? How did I miss that? No! Dang it! That's on the list, that's like top priority. Oh no! Controller support? How did I forget that? I'm playing your Dots game, by the way. It's quite cool. I'm glad you like it. I made that game in a week. And then I spent like another, probably combined like 20 hours-ish making a like more polished version. I did the same thing with a short survey. Okay. Stationary turret. Got that. We still need to do all the sprites for that. Can't believe I forgot this. Okay. We're gonna deal with that next stream. I don't even have time. Okay. On mouse position, that should be working. Don't need the fire input started anymore. I'm mad at myself for forgetting that. Okay. On alt fire. Okay. That should be fully converted. It should work properly. It doesn't. Nope. Dang it. Why not? Okay. Game devs really the only people able to download storage? I'm not sure about that. I think if anyone tells you you can download storage, they're probably lying to you. Why is this not working? Ah! Sending messages, that's fine. I can fire. Harlow said, something that I found works for me is to set a challenging but not impossible, or not imposing goal at work toward it, and work toward it until you reach something you can't get past. At that point, work on a new, similar goal and finish that. The feeling of accomplishment will help you go back and overcome the challenge. I think that's good advice. Okay, this is... what? What do you mean it's not bound? Okay, It is just so wrong. Oops, I don't even know what's wrong, actually. What? The target looks like the battle pass? What? Yeah, no, Harlow, it kind of sounds like you're describing, something called solid goals. I forget what it stands for. Here we go. Okay. It's specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based. Not exactly time-based, but you're working on... It sounds like you're working on that until you can't do it anymore. So it's like kind of time-based. Me when Metal Gear kicks in. I love the MGR soundtrack. I want to replay Metal Gear Solid. I'm thinking about doing that on New Year's Eve. Just having like a very long stream where I just play games. Would you guys be up for that? Do you guys want to see that? Because I got some games I want to play. MGR is one of them. What is the problem? Why is it not getting this? Does it need to be public? Got 3 yeses and 1 depends on the games. Fair enough. Alright. Sounds like I got a schedule for that though. That's this Sunday. Oh man. Okay. What is breaking? It says it's not finding this. It's definitely finding it. It's driving me bonkers, man. Gotta go, catch you later. Have a fantastic night, Harlow. Thanks for stopping by, man. Hope you have a good stream. Okay. I think that this is the problem. Like, this line is the problem. But I don't... What do you mean the binding's not found? It's right here. It's literally directly right here. It's on mouse position. It's a vector 2. It can't read anything but a vector 2. Okay. I'm going to disable the player aim script just for a moment. Okay. Moving works. What? Moving is fine. But the second I try aiming, everything just explodes. Is it because you can't have more than one player input objects? I don't know, man. I want to stream games as well, except I just want to progress larger first so that it's still able to gain something rather than nothing. I'm not exactly sure if I know what you mean. What do you mean you want to progress larger first? Like, want your stream to be larger, or? What is the problem? It has to be that there are multiple. I feel like it's the only thing it could be, right? But I don't know how to fix that. Without just adding all of the scripts to one object, which would be kind of trash. Is your game going to have a story? Yeah, I plan to have some semblance of a story. Nothing like super deep or emotional, but probably some a little bit silly, just to justify the mechanics. This is definitely a mechanics first game than a theme first game, which for those who are unaware, generally when you're creating a new game, you have one of 2 options. There are many other ways to look at this, but this is how quite a few people look at it. You can either start with mechanics, or you can start with theme. And both of them are important. Mechanics are the rules of the game. The theme can be is like the art, the overarching message, and things like that. Most people ignore theme. Most devs that are just starting out, they completely ignore theme. But theme is very important. Now there are purely mechanics based games like Tetris. Completely mechanics. The first Mario Bros. it has a story, but like no one really cares about it. It's basically entirely mechanics. Most arcade games are just purely mechanics. But what they actually did with Tetris is they gave it a theme, which is, if you've ever played Tetris Effect, they gave Tetris a theme, which the theme is like relaxation and zen. In Mario, there can even be like level themes, like theming, just like mechanics that are like overarching themes, secondary themes, tertiary themes, things like that. For Mario, if you look at Mario Odyssey, all of the levels have different themes, and they focus on different parts of gameplay. It's all usually the same thing, but all of the levels are a different theme, all of them related, in story at least, to the wedding between Bowser and Peach. So it justifies each level's existence as something that Mario has to overcome to stop the wedding. Tetris is already a very, like, for a lot of people, a naturally zen game. But they emphasized it more by adding all the sound effects and stuff. Alright, that's my piece. Like, the game dev content is easy to gain views no matter what the content creator, even if they're just starting the first video, because it will always be the same thing. So once that has helped me get larger, I may take games into consideration. Yeah, I mean, I would be wary presuming that making game dev content is going to instantly make you grow. But there are definitely, like, there are not too many people that can actually make game dev content or have, like, taken the time to do that. So, and there are a lot of people that enjoy watching it, so it's definitely a niche that you can go into. I'm making a face on monitor in Blender. You're making a face on a monitor in Blender. Do I make it red or green? If you're making a face on a monitor? Is it like a CRT screen or like a Game Boy screen? Because it's Game Boy, make it green. I'm not sure in which context it'd be red. Like an emoticon? I don't know, man. Make both. And then A/B test it. Just completed dots, by the way. Awesome. Like. Oh, okay. So it's like a smiley face? Make it green. Okay. Is it... Is it because there's more than one? Player component automatically handles, enables, and disabling actions. It also handles installing callbacks. Would first enable the player input component enables all actions from the default map. Maybe I just can't have... Maybe I need to make a different action map? Input actions. Player aim? Oh, rename. Goodness gracious. There we go. Okay. Player pivot. Player aim, input action. Going to go watch some Marvel now. I'll check in some more streams in the future. Thanks so much for coming. Hazel? It's great having you. I'm glad you enjoyed Dots. I find myself wishing I did not have to make art. Art's hard. Art is really hard. I'm pretty bad at art in all things considered, especially 2D art. It's just something you gotta work out. A lot of people are like very programming focused, mechanics focused, but art is still important. So is music and sound effects. Gotta worry about all that stuff, whether you want to or not. Alright. Okay, let's paste this, and then I'm just going to delete the things I don't need. Okay, I just need these. Is this going to be better? No. It didn't error, which is progress, but it didn't work. I have on fire, which should still be right, yeah. Is it because the player is taking this too? Let's get rid of the ones that the other input map needs. Come on. You mean it's not set to a reference? Yeah. This is turning out to be a problem. It's still not working. Why are you still not working? Okay.
Screw underscore it underscore let's do it redeemed random owl fact.
Okay. I have to go pretty soon, but we're gonna do the owl fact. And then end the stream. Okay. Hey, where are you? Alright, here's a good one. So, barn owls. Barn owls and the rest of them, literally every other owl, only share one common ancestor. Barn owls are completely genetically distinct from the rest of owls besides this one ancestor, which is why they look absolutely terrifying. Barn owls scare the hell out of me. If you ever played Outer Wilds, which you should play Outer Wilds if you haven't, and I can't tell you why, because that would ruin Outer Wilds. If you haven't played it, play Outer Wilds. Do yourself a favor. Learn nothing about it, and then play it. Barn owls are horrifying. Their face shape is just, they're kind of cute, but they're just so weird. They scare me. Bonus fact, barn owl claws, generally speaking, people think of barn owls as, like, they attack rodents and stuff like that. That's just not true. Barn owls' claws are usually big enough. Like, the way their claws are shaped are not for rodents. It is for whatever fits. They will go after anything. If they think they can kill it and eat it, they'll just do it. Barn owls are terrifying. That's the conclusion. But they're barn animals because you find them in barns. So I'm working on a board game now. I think this weekend, this is a weekend project for me. Good luck, Mystic Bump. I wish you the best of luck. But this is the end of the stream. So, everyone, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for sticking around. And if you want to follow me, if you want to see the stream on Sunday, we're probably going to do a gaming stream. A little bit of game dev before, a little bit of gaming after. That's going to be happening on Sunday at 1 p.m. PST or 4 p.m. EST. Thank you very much for watching and hope you guys have a great night. Bye!